Is it enough to just use human reason to come to know God? We're going to attempt to answer this today. This is Mere Catholicism. I'm Marcus Peter. The Compendium of the Catechism of the Catholic Church addresses that exact question, which is it enough for our natural reason alone to know God? Or should we need more knowledge of God, and what good does that bring? Let's take a look at what the Compendium has to say. In coming to a knowledge of God by the light of reason alone, man experiences many difficulties. And so we're now getting to the heart of it. Indeed, on his own, he is unable to enter into the intimacy of the divine mystery. And this is why he stands in need of being enlightened by God's revelation. Not only about those things that exceed his understanding, but also about those religious and moral truths which of themselves are not beyond the grasp of human reason, so that even in the present condition of the human race they can be known by all with ease, with firm certainty, and with no admixture of error. Now, there's a lot of big words here. Let's simply put this down. Our natural reason is flawed by sin. It's marred by the darkness of our fallenness. And so even with the best use of our reason, it's rare throughout history that man has come to a proper understanding of God. Aristotle is perhaps one of those people that stands a cut above the rest, but even then, his knowledge of God came to the fact that God is the fullness of being. Plato, God is the fullness of goodness. The Christian revelation is necessary so that we can come to understand, number one, God became man and dwelt among us for the salvation of our souls. But secondly, more importantly, God is Trinity. And the incarnation and the saving work of God comes about as the result of the love of the Trinity for us. And so Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, that's impossible to know if God doesn't reveal himself to us. Natural reason cannot come to that light by ourselves. The Summa Theologiae, St. Thomas Aquinas talks about this. It was necessary for man's salvation that there should be a knowledge revealed by God besides philosophical science, natural reason, built up by human reason. Firstly, indeed, because man is directed to God as to an end that surpasses the grasp of his reason. And there, my friends, is the reason why God had to show himself to us. The book of Hebrews, chapter 1, verse 2 tells us, in these last days, he has spoken to us by his Son, whom he appointed the heir of all things, through whom also he created the world. God became man to reveal the fullness of the love of the Father and the persons of the Trinity to us, so that you and I can come to intimate union with him. It's not enough to have knowledge. He wants us to be in covenant bond and actually be in love with the Trinity, because that's what heaven is about. Eternal, intimate communion with God, the Holy Trinity, for all eternity. That's why we need natural reason and divine revelation. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Marcus Peter.